So I just want to say this is a problem because of Honda Fit, and it's creating problems for my mom from when she lived in La Honda. Okay, so now on to something else about that fight I was in. Um, when I challenged Kendra and then Nicole ended up fighting for her, I'm noticing that right across from here are the underwear, and about Nicole. So it's got Nicole and it's got Miller and it's got New York, and that would make sense because of Newark, East Bay situations. And I always want to say that if anyone's going to be a chicken, it would be the ones that cheated. Like for example, Kendra didn't show up, chicken. Nicole, she was not like a good fighter about the way she initiated that, so chicken. But she was fatter and she was bigger than me. And then the girls that jumped me after that attacked me, they were bigger than me too, except for one, which was Eva. But I mean, come on, she was just like piggybacking off of them, like kicking me on the ground and shit. And then I just want to say, obviously, it's linked with a sizing issue because look at that, Ruby and Millie, but that's also because of the situation with like going from Kendra, who was appropriately sized, a match for me to fight, to someone who's bigger, like as if like I was prepared to fight like someone bigger than me or something. I don't know, but whatever. All I know is that I liked Martha Stewart when she came out and she went to she handled her business and stuff. I like the way that she responded, so I wouldn't call her a chicken, but I do think she's partly responsible for this essential oils because of Hillary Clinton. And I think that they were kind of preying upon me when I was younger, and that's messed up. I think that's why Hillary's daughter Chelsea went to Stanford, and that's probably why there's that Tri Valley situation. And I feel like they're vampires. They're from Arkansas, which come on is like arc, like Arkansas, like they saw the ark. There's something really weird about it. I'm not comfortable with it, but whatever. All I know is that that's a situation, and then so I'd be like, okay, because I like the way that Martha Stewart handled that shit going to prison. I'd be like skinny girl, Plus, I never really saw her fat, and then Paula Dean on the other hand was a little different. She was not the skinny girl, but she would be like she'd be like basically in Willow, how there was Val Kilmer. Well, Val Kilmer was not fat, but Senora Kilmer was. And I'm not sure if it's because she gobbled up Rita or if, I don't know, maybe Rita had issues. And all I know is that when she got colon cancer and then the sponge bath ended up being such a fucking trap, it makes it seem like, it's really awful. Like my mom got pinned for that sponge bath, even though she was just kind of being a good neighbor, you know. So there's that. And then in another mode, this is kind of like playing off of the Levi's thing, but it's also playing off of the nail polish, which is called Modem. I put it because I figured I wanted to give my mom a break because I feel like she's being used as the Wi-Fi, and that's really messed up. So that's why I put that nail polish on. And then Tommy Hilfiger, I feel like, for a long time now, they've been using my mom, and that's partly why she ended up on Indian Hill Road. And I feel like the Tommy part is a kind of messed up situation because it's also playing on the machine gun, that Jeff Perez like kind of introduced me to and then did his thing, which I gotta say, it's one of those catch-22 situations because if he hadn't done it, then I wouldn't have been able to understand the way the universe works regarding order and stuff. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise, and so I wouldn't give him a hard time on that. And in fact, I think he's probably had enough. But his wife, on the other hand, like I don't understand why it was okay, like fair game for Clinique to just rape me and shit. That's what it feels like. And then hear about Walter Baker. This is messing with Miriam McQueen and Walter McQueen. So if Breaking Bad is doing that, and Skylar from Breaking Bad, I gotta say, you know what? Skylar's partly related to my mom's sister, Aunt Kathleen, and I don't know what kind of incentive she has to keep my mom alive. So I would be very careful about that one. And plus, they're from Guatemala, and I know what I saw when I saw series or whatever that was in Guatemala, and I complained about it because it was grossly inaccurate as to like what they were saying about the Mara Salvatrucha. So there's some weird things going on with that. And then this one here, this one's obviously got a connection to River Phoenix and Joan Rivers. Okay, so that's another situation. And then obviously there's this one too, the another modem or another mode, excuse me. And then yeah, I mean this could probably go for men too, but yeah, I mean this is just a situation that we need to kind of sort of like figure out, right? I got that there. And then theory. Obviously, there's all the theories and the Freudian slips and stuff like that. And I gotta say, I think I've proved a few of those theories wrong. So perhaps they could cut me a break now. You know what I mean? Like stop trying to punish me or whatever, and punish my mom for like them, not having it right.